Good evening, and welcome to the AJP Northeast Asia Market Close. Korea sprinted, Japan paused, and China rotated, but across all three markets. Investors spent today searching for the next artificial intelligence winner. One theme tied Northeast Asia together today. The artificial intelligence rally is broadening, but the region is no longer moving in lockstep. Korea extended its advance as investors poured into semiconductors and defense stocks. Japan hovered near record highs, but gains were concentrated in select chip equipment makers rather than the broader market. China barely moved at the index level, yet money continued flowing into strategic materials and domestic technology companies. And that divergence is the story. Investors are no longer buying technology indiscriminately. They are choosing the suppliers, the materials makers, and the companies they believe will sit at the center of the next investment cycle. Korea was the region's clear leader. The KOSPI closed at around 8,718, up just over 2%, and extending one of the strongest rallies among major equity markets this year. Semiconductors remained the center of gravity. Samsung Electronics rose nearly 1.5% to around 342,000 won, as investors continued betting on the long-term expansion of artificial intelligence memory demand. SK Hynix climbed nearly 4% to around 2.38 million won, reinforcing its position as one of the biggest beneficiaries of the global artificial intelligence boom through its dominance in high-bandwidth memory, or HBM. But the most striking move came outside semiconductors. Hanwha Aerospace surged more than 9% to around 1.19 million won, becoming one of the benchmark's top performers. Investors increasingly see defense and aerospace as Korea's second structural growth story, supported by rising geopolitical tensions and expanding military spending around the world. Today's rally suggested that Korea's gains are broadening rather than fading. China moved at a very different pace. The Shanghai Composite was currently trading around 4,096. Little changed on the day after swinging between gains and losses throughout the afternoon. But beneath the benchmark, the real story was still technology. Xiamen Tungsten hit the daily limit of 10%, climbing to around 78 yuan. The company has become one of the market's preferred ways to invest in strategic metals and advanced materials used in next-generation manufacturing. Focuslight Technologies traded around 414 yuan, up nearly 4%. The company produces optical components used in lasers and artificial intelligence-related applications, making it a favored growth name as investors seek exposure to China's technology ambitions. East Money edged up to around 19 yuan. While the gains were more modest than earlier sessions, the brokerage remained a barometer of retail risk appetite and investors' willingness to stay invested in China's growth story. China is not missing the artificial intelligence rally. It is simply participating through a different set of winners. Japan's Nikkei 225 was currently trading around 69,418, up around 0.15% and remaining close to record territory. But beneath the surface, investors continued favoring the companies supplying the artificial intelligence ecosystem. Advantis rose more than 3% to around 30,340 yen, extending gains as investors continued betting on long-term demand for semiconductor testing equipment used in advanced AI chips. Not every artificial intelligence-related shares gained, however. Lasertech fell more than 3% to around 46,670 yen. Making it one of the notable laggards among chip equipment makers and highlighting how selective investors have become even within the sector itself. Today's trading showed that the artificial intelligence boom is entering a new phase. The easy gains may already have been made. Investors are now looking beyond the biggest names, searching instead for the suppliers, materials makers, and strategic industries that will power the next stage of growth. The question is no longer whether artificial intelligence will reshape Northeast Asia's markets. The question is who will benefit most. We will be back tomorrow to see whether this selective rally continues across Northeast Asia. Thank you for watching AJP.